Rockstar Gang, what up, what up, what up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Happy Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. Shout out to all you guys in here in the chat, you beautiful people. Appreciate everyone in here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Yeah, we're just going to go over the Panthers Bills preview week 3. Going to go over offense, defense, kind of give you what the matchups I'm going to be looking for. What I'm going to basically just going to be exactly what I'm going to be looking for. And we already got some people in the chat, so I appreciate everyone in here. Without further ado, let's get through the sponsorships and then we'll get right into it. So first things first, betus.com. It's live right now. We can go ahead and bet on the Carolina Panthers or the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, for this preseason game, I mean, unless y'all are betting degenerates, you can bet on some preseason if you want. I think preseason would be more fun betting when you do like the over or unders instead of like the favorites. That's more fun to me, right? Let's see what other markets they've got going on with this thing. So they got the money line, you got halves, game props. You've got also the spread, the total game down here. Let's see what the game props are. Win margin, Panthers double result, Bills and Panthers. I don't understand double results, so someone would have to explain that to me. But obviously, if you're feeling, if you're feeling it, all right, go ahead and sign up for BetUS. The link is down in the description of this live stream. So go check it out. Okay. So it's all set up. Sign up for free today. They'll match up to over $2,000. So but they'll also match up to your first 3 bets of 125% on your first three bets, guys. So go check it out. Sign up for free today, and they'll match up on those first 3 bets for you. All right. So shout out to betus.com. Without further ado, don't forget to go check out, if you missed it, a live episode of the NFC South Roundtable. But we also have to give a shout out to Roundtable Sports.
Roundtable Sports Network brings you NFL divisional debate coverage on a weekly basis from your favorite content creators across YouTube, featuring the AFC East Roundtable live Monday and Wednesday evenings, the AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, the NFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, the NFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. EST, the AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. EST, the NFC North Roundtable live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, the AFC North Roundtable live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, the NFC East Roundtable live Thursdays at 6 p.m. EST. Roundtable Sports, real coverage from real fans.
So shout out to Roundtable Sports, man, bringing me on as the Panthers guy. And since I see Doug's in the chat, Doug, what do you think about that shirt, man? You like that? Doug, you like that? Hey, Doug, you like that? I'm going to get Doug fired up here in a minute. He's going to try to hop in this live stream. He's going to hack my live stream here in a minute if I keep messing with the coastal, since he's an Arkansas State boy. So, I mean, I got to get him. We need to go to that game. If we play all this year, Doug, we should go to that game. That'd be fun. All right, let's get into it. We briefly talked about this yesterday. Berto, what up? Hey guys, if you're a Falcons fan and you're joining my live right now, Berto is a great Falcons content creator. I actually, before Smitty got on there, he was the Falcons guy, kind of backing Smitty up. Go check Berto's channel out. If you're Falcons fans, and guys, even if you're Panthers fans, he's got great content. He is a Falcons diehard, and he will let you know that for sure. So shout out to him. Michael Jackson's thoughts. Tim Brown, I am glad you brought that up, man, because actually we talked about it briefly yesterday, but I made a tweet today actually about it. So here's the tweet. Here is his spot track, which is crazy to me that the cap hit we're only going to take is literally says 2024 cap hit. That's just insane. That is just insane to me. So, yes, the trade for Michael Jackson, we shake it up with a surprising trade for him. So it's crazy. So, getting Michael Jackson in here. Hope y'all like that little pun there. Clay, Tuesday is cut day. Yes, sir, it is. So we shake things up, man. We get a Michael Jackson. No offense, this guy's name isn't rings bell. His name's not instantly ringing bells around the league. He's not exactly, like I said in my short yesterday, he's not exactly moonwalking his way to stardom when he first entered in the NFL, right? 5th round pick out of Dallas. In 2019, he's kind of been journey through the league, has more of a zig and zag than a straight path through this league. His time with the Cowboys really short. Then got relegated down to the practice squad. He was snatched up by the Detroit Lions, but even there, his time on the field was limited. And so just one game in 2019, then a quick stop in New England back in 2020. Only saw one game there. Then his fortunes kind of began to change when he joined the Seattle Seahawks back in 2021. So ever the next few seasons, he clawed his way back up to the depth chart, eventually earning a starting role by the end of the 2023 season when I was scouting him. He had 21 starts of 36 games for Seattle, proving himself to be dependable for the most part. Not really spectacular, but he made his presence known in the secondary, right? So he'll be looking to obviously moonwalk his way right into that starting spot once again. I think so. I think he will. I think this is hilarious. I'm sorry. I can't help myself with the hee-hees. But the trade, I think it was a smooth trade. The Panthers did I think they kind of pulled a smooth criminal by getting Jackson. I'm sorry. I can't help it with the puds, but it's possible. All right. The trade, we send Michael Barrett. Who was a 7th round pick. And then, and then we sent a 7th round to Seattle. So Barrett, a linebacker, national championship under his belt. Michigan was a long shot. I thought he was a long shot to make this roster, even though he did have a great game in the special teams and defense in the last game against the Jets. But when you got seasoned veterans, you got Shaq, you got Josie Jewell, Churlis looks good, Trevor Wallace. That puts Barrett in a tough spot, really. All right. So sending him to Seattle makes sense. We're freeing up some space in that crowded linebacker room. But then the most important thing is we're getting a pressing need at the cornerback position, right? Jackson's 6'1", 210 pounds, had a solid 2023 season. And then if we go look at his Pro Football Focus grades. So here is his Pro Football Focus grade, 77, 19th among quarterbacks at least 450 snaps. All right. So not too shabby for a guy who wasn't really even under my radar, much less. I'm not even sure if anybody else knew this guy. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, if you knew who Michael Jackson was in the league, good for you. You've got some good ball knowledge. All right. But, you know what I mean? Like the decision to bring in Jackson likely stems from the fact that Dane Jackson's out obviously for 6 weeks, which throws a monkey wrench into our plans, right? To make things worse, right? Stephon Gilmore opted to take his talents to Minnesota, basically over $2 million. So it left us in a serious lack of experience in our secondary, right? You bring in Michael Jackson, who's a corner who has starting experience, who can step in, contribute right away, knows the scheme, fits the scheme, because If you another little scouting report, he's great in press man zone. He's off man cover 2. He's got great frame length. This rush release fluid and coverage. That was what I was seeing from some of his film, but also that was a lot of from a scouting report I found too. But a lot of his film matched the scouting report I found. So it makes sense. Strong ball skills, tough in the run stop. Even though his grading's not the best in pass rush, but I mean, look at that. Run defense 71.5. You got a coverage grade of 76.9 and 77. So he's not just average. He's actually above average technically based off these PFF grades, slightly above average. Now it's not astronomically above average, but to me, the trade might seem a bit, I bet you for some of you guys, it probably seemed a bit off the walls a little bit. But I think there was a method to Dan Morgan's madness when making this trade, right? By bringing in Jackson. They've added a proven, if unspectacular, but a cornerback who can help patch up, a suddenly shaky secondary. And in exchange, they gave up a 7th rounder, right? And a linebacker who was likely outside looking in when it came to the roster. Someone made a good point on Twitter. If you think about it, right? The Dante Johnson and Dante Jackson trade, right? You basically traded Dante Jackson for Deontay Johnson. That 7th round pick that we made for Michael Barrett came from that trade. And then the pick that we got from Michael Barrett, plus the extra 7th round pick that we made in the Deontay Johnson trade, you were able to get this guy, Michael Jackson. It was something like that, along the lines of that. But it makes sense, and from a business standpoint, it makes sense. All right. This is just maybe this might not be the most sexiest name out there, right? Like an Xavier Howard, maybe, or Stephon Gilmore, I guess you could say. But this could also be just another piece of the puzzle that remains to be seen. And I think one thing's for sure, Dan Morgan and the Panthers aren't afraid to make a few risk in their quest to build a winning team, right? Or hopefully so. This front office is already looking better to me than what it has in years past. And I think, honestly, we are heading in the right direction, whether you guys believe that or not. Some of you might, some of you don't. So I like it. So you basically got 2. Yeah, exactly, Doug. We basically got 2 starters for a 7th round pick, which is crazy to think about. Okay. Big frame, stronger than Dane for sure. Exactly, Doug. I like the size. I'm not even gonna answer you. Bullshit from what happened with Lamar Jackson? Someone's saying about Lamar Jackson. What happened? Breaking news: Lamar Jackson's on IR. Might be released. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, guys, here's the thing. Even though with this breaking news, the Panthers are going to make moves, whether we like it or not. They're going to make moves, and they're going to take risk. That's what this front office is known for. That's what they've done in years past. And every organization does that, but this one might actually make a smart, risky move instead of, I felt like some of the risky moves we made last year was in years prior with Scott Fitterer and all of that. Yeah, it's not going to look good. Oh, Lord. Broski Bear coming in here. Broski Bear comes in here and just comes in hot. He just is balls ablazing, man. Just comes in. Just no couth whatsoever. I love it. That's hilarious. But happy Friday to everyone. So yeah, I like the move. It makes sense to me. I just hope that Jackson can but I hope his arrival can just be a smooth transition. and just not another beat the team has to, roll with. You know what I mean? So Lamar Jackson. Let's see. Panthers have a Lamar Jackson poster. Amazing. Oh Lord. Clay, what restaurant do you like in Uptown when you drop by? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Match, I have to come back to you on that one. I'm gonna have to come back to you on that one. All right. Let's get into this because rumors, NFL rumors, the Carolina Panthers are preparing to pay top dollar for JC Horn contract extensions. Panthers are the Panthers ready to break the bank for JC Horn? Are they betting on a banged up cornerstone? And I hate to say that because he's my guy, right? Is Carolina going to roll the dice and pay up for cornerback JC Horn? Now, we all know the rocky start, plagued by injuries. Okay, we all know about that. It's been like a roller coaster, more downs than ups for him. All right, but but the Panthers see him as a key piece, and so do I, especially to our defensive puzzle. I think when the guy is healthy, he's an elite. If this guy plays a full season, his name's going to be in that top 5 corners in the NFL. Whether you believe that or not, I'm telling you, because when he is healthy, he was top 5. When he was healthy before he broke his foot, he was top 3. When he was healthy before that, he was top 3. So if he can stay healthy, he's a top 3 corner in the NFL. And he has came out and said that he's not really worried about a contract extension. He's more worried about his health. And I can appreciate him for saying that, right? Because you draft this guy, because it's been a saga, right? High hopes, high stakes with this kid. Okay. You drafted him 8th overall back in 2021. He was supposed to be the answers to our prayers in that secondary. You pick him ahead of Patrick Surtain, who's lighting it up like a Christmas tree, right? Horn was the first cornerback off the board that draft, and everyone has their eyes on him. Now, while Surtain has been busy building his resume as one of the best in the business right now, some people believe he's still the best right now. I think Sauce is taking that over, but that's just my opinion. But Horn's journey has been more like a mystery novel. There's been the full of twists, the turns, the occasional cliffhangers, right? Injuries have kept Horn off the field more often than not, and then you limiting him to just only 22 games over 3 seasons. But when he's able to suit up, the 24-year-old has shown flashes of brilliance, right? Take the 2022 season, for example, right? Played 13 games, racked up 7 pass breakups, right? Snagged 3 interceptions. Really, that's not too shabby for someone who has spent more time on the injury report than anywhere else, right? So now there's these contract talks, right? It's all been quiet really on Horn's front because as we enter this 2023 season, as we entered the 2023 season, we're entering the 2024. But it marked the first time that Horn was eligible to really sign a contract extension. But if you were hoping for a juicy negotiation saga, think again, because so far there's been radio silence from both Horn's camp and the Panthers. And when they were pressed about the deal during training camp, he just played it cool. Like I said, he came out and said, I'm not really focused on that. I'm really focused on my health. That's all that matters, right? So Dan Morgan did sing Horn's praises during an organization meeting and activities back in May, noting that the kid has been working his ass off in the offseason. He didn't drop any hints about a new contract. So it leaves us all to wonder, will the Panthers really throw this kid a bag, right? Is he a player who's yet to, and again, are we willing to throw a bag to a guy who's yet to complete a full season? That's something we got to ask ourselves. Doug's already said it. Wait till the season. Yep. So, again, in my mind, if we look at the current, so y'all got to think about it this way too. If you look at the current market, the current NFL market, the full market, cornerbacks have been cashing in big time, right? Jair Alexander set the bar with his 21 million per deal, right? Then this offseason, we saw a contract that was around 20.25 million range for AJ Terrell, Tyson Campbell, L'Jarius Sneed, Jalen Johnson. And let's not forget, the market's bound to get a shakeup once Surtain and Sauce Garner ink their new deals. So where does that leave Horn? Here's the thing. If he can stay healthy, string together a strong season, he might just leapfrog into that upper echelon of these cornerback contracts. But the Panthers are banking on him to be their defensive anchor this season, especially after last year. So we really need him to step up and shut down wideouts because we're in the NFC South. We might not have the strongest quarterback rooms, but we might have one of the strongest wide receiver rooms as a division as a whole. If you consider Tampa with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, the Saints with Rashid Shaheed, I don't care what anybody says. Rashid Shaheed out of the Saints is slept on. All right. Chris Olave is an all-pro, right? And then really over there in Atlanta is Drake London, but you also got to think about Kyle Pitts as well. Okay. But Darnell Mooney could be a stud. He hasn't been in the best situations with quarterbacks. You got Raymond McLeod. So the Falcons room can possibly be better. I don't see it being much better than what it has been. Now, Kirk Cousins might be able to elevate that offense, but we shall see. I still think they're going to rely heavily there in Atlanta with the run game with Bijan and Algier. But if I'm the Carolina Panthers, I wait until mid-season to extend him. Because if he has made it through at least mid-season, right? So week 10, week 12, something like that, then I start giving him extension talks. Then I start looking at the market and see what he's doing. Because I predict right now, if JC Horn stays healthy, and he's able to play 15, 16 games, this guy's going to have 5 to 6 interceptions in a season. All right. And his name will be solidified in that top 5. But yes, do I think we should extend him right now? No, because I don't know what I'm getting yet. Because he is a cornerstone, but then it's also a costly gamble. You have 2 years left on his rookie deal, which he has a lot to prove that he can stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. It's not about his play. We know the kid can play. It's all about him just being healthy. So that's where his future hangs in the balance, is his health. I think if he can stay on the field, live up to the potential, the Panthers won't just pay him top dollar. They'll probably give him top value. So I don't say do it now. I say wait. I'm not saying that I don't want him. I'm not saying I don't want him, but I think you got to just think about you got to think about, I love this kid because he's a Gamecock. I'm also a Gamecock fan. All right. But you have to think about the kid's health. It hinges. Yeah, exactly. Sideburn. It just hinges on his health. So again, it's a gamble at the end of the day. I want him here, but I want him to stay healthy. Simple as that, folks. Simple as that. Guys, make sure you do me a favor. Smash that like button. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. We always have a live goal of 100 likes. Also, feel free to please do me a favor. Make sure you become a member today. The link's right there. You can join right there. And just make sure you like, subscribe, and click that post bells notifications. All 3 of those are free. It takes about 3 seconds to make 3 clicks. So I would greatly appreciate that. All right. Goes a long way. Broski Bear said something nice about me. Should we
You like that? You like that?
Yeah, get those likes up. Come on, get those likes up.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah, you like that. Yeah, you like that. You like the live stream. All right, that's enough of the fooling around. That's enough of fooling around. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood. It's unfortunate, though. My girl's got COVID, which is crazy. I don't got it, luckily enough, but my girl's got COVID, so going to have to take care of her later on. But it's good. It'll be a chill weekend. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. We're going to get right into the next topic here. Let's see. Appreciate that, broski. Really do. All right. Today we were supposed to have my buddy Dan Mitchell. Some of you that don't know, well, he was supposed to be in here today. Oh, dude, Marcos, you got it. Prayers out to you, man. Prayers out to you. I, luckily enough, I have never had it once. I've never had it once. Never had it. Not once. Not once. And not when it first came out, not when it, and not now. So, Prime, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining. Happy birthday to Panthers Prime, by the way. Happy birthday to Panthers Prime. Han Brown, I do have NCAA 25. I have been playing with it, but I've been playing Madden more lately. Honestly, I'm looking into getting a gaming PC so I can start doing some Madden content with you guys, do like a Panthers rebuild. I just haven't. Dude, gaming PCs are expensive. They are absolutely expensive. Holy crap. Like for a good one to like be able to stream that, it's expensive. So I'm looking into it. You, him, Brown, you got Xbox? Because that's all I have. I don't have PS5. I have Xbox. I just got one. You got a Real Jailing on yours. Can you play Madden on yours? And if you don't mind me asking, what computer did you get? Guys, also, if you're feeling generous too, also feel free to hit the Cash App or the Venmo down below. That always helps support the channel as well. Clay, maybe consider naming one of your membership levels Ropp Superstar. I need to probably fix some of the memberships. I'm gonna fix a lot of stuff this probably this weekend because I want to get some emojis in there for you guys as well. And then once we get the merch set up as well, I want to get that done too. So going to be working on it. We got a lot of stuff coming, man. A lot of stuff coming. So don't forget about it. And also the NFC South Roundtable right now does have some merch available for us Carolina Panthers fans. They're doing this like presidential campaign style, but it's up to you guys. Go check out the website on Roundtable Sports. They got some merch on there if y'all want it. All right, let's get into the preview of this game. Well, I'm just going to kind of chat with you guys about it. So the offensive curtain call, let's talk about that first because we've been talking about, will the starters show up? Will they not show up? What's the question here? Dave Canales has obviously been keeping us in suspense longer than the last season, longer than the last season of your like favorite Netflix series, right? The starting lineup has been more MIA than a decent cup of coffee at a rest stop. So Saturday might just be the moment. And it sounds like it's going to be that they make their grand entrance. And I don't expect a circus of acrobatics, right? I think Canales is going to be playing it safe. He's going to be focused on fundamentals rather than these flashy plays. And I think what we're looking for is simple, clean execution, smooth huddles, quick adjustments, and for the love of all that is good, no pre-snap penalties, for the love of God, right? Let's not add to the comedy of errors that has been the preseason so far. Because the preseason so far, let's be honest, folks, it's been a absolute snooze fest. It has. My expectations aren't high in preseason either, but can we somehow just make it exciting a little bit? Like, that's why Roger Goodell is basically saying we're losing money here because they're not getting the views. Nobody wants to watch it. It's boring. You know, that's why Roger Goodell's going to be, we're going to end up doing 3 joint practices during training camp instead, right? I mean, that's what it's going to be. That's what the preseason is going to come down to. You know what I mean? Real Jay says, and I watched them. And you know what, Jalen? So did I. I haven't done a live stream with you guys and watched them together just because they're boring. They're boring. Now, tomorrow I might go live tomorrow and do a live watch party because it is at 1:00, which will be perfect because I'll be coming home from the gym, have me some breakfast, sit on the couch, crack open a cold one, and sit there and watch some preseason football and at least watch my starters finally get on the field. You know what I mean? So, that's what I've been waiting for, is to watch these starters. And it's not, and here's the thing. I get why Canales has not put the starters out there, because you don't want to go into week 1, September 8th against the New Orleans Saints, and you don't want to risk injuries. Now, again, we were just talking about this on my show yesterday with Doug and Tony. And, I agree with both of those guys. You don't want to send Bryce out there if Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, Ike Ekwonu, Austin Corbett, and Taylor Moton aren't in that starting lineup. Hell no. Hell no. I don't even care if it's the Bills' 3rd string. That is an absolute accident waiting to happen, right? So if they obviously, they're going to go out there full. They're going to go out there full, right? Everybody's going to be out there, all the starters. So it seems like that's where they're going. I think it's going to be an interesting too, because we already know Deontay Johnson and Adam Thielen in the wide receiver room. They're the go-to guys, right? But what about the rest of the receiving crew? Okay. I think Xavier Legette is ready to pounce, prove he deserves those precious targets over Jonathan Mingo, Terrace Marshall Jr., who have been turning heads lately. And after those three, the competition kind of heats up, right? You got Amir Smith-Marset, who's the speedster, hoping to obviously make this roster. And of course, with the versatility and of course, the kickoff, the kick returns, and the special team skill set he provides, he's trying to make a name for himself. You got David Moore, who's savvy, has experience, of course, to make his case. Plus, he's known with Dave Canales' offense, right? Let's not forget about the dark horses, though. You got Jalen Coker. You got Sam Pinkney back now. I think Mike Strachan's, we shouldn't even be mentioning him. But all these guys are fighting for at least either to make this roster or even practice squad, right? It's going to be an absolute free-for-all, I think, in the wide receiver room. It's unfortunate that Jake Luton got injured, because now we have to deal with Jack Plummer, the bum. All right. I don't know why we think anybody ever thought this kid was going to be good. Again, he's like Big Tex from Arkansas back in the day. R.I.P. Ryan Mallett. Guy got a cannon of an arm, but couldn't hit a broadside of a barn. Okay. Let's be honest. That's what Jack Plummer is. Okay. Now, the biggest thing I want to see, okay, out of Bryce Young is everything that he was supposed to be working on. Even in these drives, okay, even if these drives are I know the play calling might not be, and I hate this word, I hate it because I have PTSD from it. I know that this offense is going to be a vanilla offense. Okay. They're not going to show all their cards. Okay. So even though that might be the case, I want to see Bryce. I want to see how much sharper his footwork is looking. Okay. Young's footwork was a bit shaky. All right. I need to see it smooth and fluid. Okay. I want to see him moving with purpose. All right. Not just going through the motions. I know this is a preseason game, but it's crucial for me and us fans to see those things. Right. There's fine margins that separate good quarterbacks from the great ones. Okay. I think Canales doesn't think there's really a ton to fix on Bryce Young, but getting those fundamentals down is key, right? So I want to see how sharp that footwork looks. I want to see the chemistry he's having with this receivers, the tight ends, the running backs, the offensive line. I want to see those connections blossom more, all right? Because you can't just sit around and hoping Bryce would magically just improve, right? So I want to see how that chemistry works with these other guys, those connections. All right. He's already been working with Deontay Johnson. Seems like their connection has grown over this time. Chemistry between those two is obviously clear. And I want to see if he can have connection with these other guys like Mingo, Terrace Marshall Jr., right? Jalen Coker, Amir Smith-Marset. I want to see them. Okay, I want to see him have connection with those guys because let's say Deontay Johnson, all right, knock on wood, or Deontay Johnson or Adam Thielen or anybody that goes down, let's knock on wood that, none of them get hurt. So I want him to be able to have those other connections with those other guys just in case. Clay, is Chuba injured? I think he's okay. I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's a small little day-to-day injury. I think he'll be ready for week 1. Which running backs make the team? I think it's going to come. Honestly, if it's just me, give me Miles Sanders, obviously Brooks, Chuba. And honestly, if I'm looking at it, Mike Boone might be making the case for me right now. Now, they did bring back Jaden Sherndon, which still doesn't make sense to me because the guy hasn't done anything all off season. And they got rid of Dylan Johnson, who had the best display on the field, in my opinion, who had 18 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown last game, and they got rid of him. Real Jalen says maybe not vanilla, but yeah, that might be another way I can get through my PTSD there, Jalen, thinking about it that way. So another thing I want to see from Bryce, guys, is, he's been practicing all week. But I think there was wasn't there some concussion protocol there, Doug, that he was like day to day, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there was. Quick release, quick decisions. Okay. That's what I want to see. All right. Quick release, quick decisions, right? Again, that's another area that Young has shown. Growth is in his release, right? He's been, obviously, Canales has been drilling him on that with the whole 2.7 seconds things, aiming him to reduce his chances of getting clobbered back there and keeping the offense moving efficiently. So I want to see that, right? I want to see him get that ball out quicker, more decisive. The ball's flying out on time. Now, it's not going to be perfect yet, but this is the time for him to work through those progress, right? And the progress has been clear through training camp and joint practices. His work in his area has drawn some well-deserved praise, but that's what I need to see. Hopefully, maybe we see some flashes. Now, I doubt we'll see this, but I would like to see some downfield shots. Even though they're probably only going to come out probably maybe 2-3 drives at most, maybe 4 at most. They probably aren't going to do any more than that, but I'd like to see Bryce take some shots, right? It's a preseason game. I'd like for him to take some shots, right? Especially for guys who can go up and get it like Leggett and Mingo. I'd like to see Bryce let it fly a little bit. I know that's scary, especially with injuries, maybe for the wide receivers and stuff with deep shots, but knowing when to go for it and when to play safe is part of what will define the growth of this season, really. So, you might as well take a chance. And of course, just be out there and just be yourself. Like, I want to see him be on the line, make calls, read the defense. There's something else I want to see. And hopefully we'll get a glimpse of some of that. I doubt we get everything that I'm asking for, but I just want to see glimpses, man. I just want to see glimpses. All right. Tight ends, Jadavion Sander. I think he's been quietly making waves with his blocking. Because when I was looking, breaking down his game film for the NFL draft, his blocking was terrible. Right. Will Deontay Johnson be ready for week 1? Yes. He's already back, Broski Bear. Which quarterbacks make the team? Will Panthers keep 2 or 3? Is Dalton still alive? Dalton is good. He's been practicing. Do they keep Jack Plummer? I don't know. Maybe they get rid of him and then they look into waiver wires to see what backups available. Clay, can I give you a spoiler? What's the spoiler? I'm a head guy of Jordan Matthew fan club. Okay. Is that your spoiler, Matt Chatter? But I think if Jadavion Sanders keeps it up, even with the blocking, and keeps it up what he's doing through the air, he could definitely be a secret sauce in this offense needs. A solid showing with Bryce could smell some good things for the regular season. But I'm going to keep an eye on Jack Plummer. He's fighting for his football life, obviously, just to even to aim to snag a practice squad spot. So with no third quarterback currently on the roster, there's a chance that he could possibly shine, but hopefully he improves. I mean, from these last couple games or the last 2 games, because he is just absolutely fumbled it away, in my opinion. Defense. Who's going to make the cut? Because while the offense has been keeping things as low key, right? The defense has been the real showstopper of the preseason, right? We got final roster cuts coming up. The stakes are higher than they have been. So the front 7 is one thing I'll be looking at, right? When you look at guys because you got some guys with these last chance things, or these last chance, trying to make their name into this 53-man roster. But guys like Iku Leota, Trevin Wallace, Claudin Cheerless, they have been making noise. They're probably going to make their spot. I'm not too worried about them. They'll probably be key backups in this front 7. But the fight is far from over for those 3 guys. I think there are still roster spots for grabs at both linebacker positions and along the D line. TJ Smith, for me, has had a breakout game against the Jets, making a strong case to bump rookie Jaden Crometti off the roster. You got LeBron Ray, Nick Thurman, who are also throwing their hats in the ring. Each are obviously trying to get a spot on this defensive line. So Saturday's game could be final additions for a lot of these players. Okay. Now, with everything going on now, the cornerback, who's going to be CB2? Do y'all think that it's going to be Michael Jackson? Do y'all think that who's going to be the CB2 on this team? Is it going to be Michael Jackson? I don't know. Could it be Michael Jackson? Could he be cornerback number 2? Now, if Dane Jackson comes back, is Michael Jackson still the wide receiver number 2? Right? I mean, is Michael Jackson moonwalking himself into that CB2? Right? Is he moonwalking himself in there? So it's going to be interesting with that cornerback now, because that cornerback room, I mean, do I still think we need to bring another guy in here? Yeah, I do. I think Adoree Jackson's still a guy I would still look at if the market value is there. Because even though Dane Jackson's out of commission, Lamar Jackson's also sidelined. We don't know what's going on here. This CB2 spot on this team, okay? This CB2 spot is as open as a 24-hour diner. It has been all offseason, right? DiCaprio, Boodle, Charles Smith, Wade, and Deshaun Jamison. These are all these guys have got opportunities to step up and claim a starting role, and strong performance on Saturday could save themselves to make this roster, right? Now, of course, I still think we're going to be scouring waiver wires for cornerback help next week. I think they're going to be scouring waiver wires for every position that they can fill and upgrade at, right? As long as the market value is there for these guys. Now, the safety room is interesting. Who's staying, who's going? Because you've got 4 safeties that probably could start on any other team in the NFL. Right? You got Xavier Woods, Jordan Fuller, who are leading the charge, right? Backed up by Nick Scott and Alex Cook. Don't count out the undrafted free agent Damani Richardson just yet. He looks great. This guy Damani Richardson has been a turnover machine in both practices and games, sorry. But making a serious push for a roster spot. He could edge out someone like Jamie Robinson, who brings versatility, but has yet to truly stand out. And with Sam Franklin out, at least a few safety spots are still up for grabs, right? So there's a lot of storylines going into Sunday. What are we going to see from Bryce? Are we going to see better footwork? Are we going to see that quick release, quick decision-making, precision, right? Are we going to see him take a chance here or two down the field, right? Or are we just going to see another vanilla offense? Are we not going to get is Canales not ready to give at least a glimpse of his hand or a smidge of a card or two, right? Wide receiver room is going to be interesting. Jalen Coker, Amir Smith, Marset, David Moore. Hell, I'd even say Terrace Marshall and Jonathan Mingo. It's going to be interesting between those guys. I think Leggett and of course Thielen and Deontay Johnson in that wide receiver room already. Their names are solidified. I mean, I think Mingo and Terrace Marshall are too, but when it goes after that, Jalen Coker, Sam Pinkney, David Moore, Amir Smith, Marset. It's going to be interesting how that wide receiver room pans out next when they start making cuts. Tight ends. Can we just go ahead and just get rid of Ian Thomas? Like, I don't understand it. And why we restructured his deal for what? Cut him. You could have saved more money by cutting him than restructuring. But the defensive line is going to be interesting. Iku Leota, Trevin Wallace, Colin Churlis, they'll be interesting for the backup roles. TJ Smith, can he notch out Jaden Crometti off the roster? LeBron Ray, Nick Thurman. But yeah, I think with the fact of Dane Jackson being out of commission, Michael Jackson's already the shoe-in for number 2. And then, of course, that safety room is massive, man. It's massive. So many people. So it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of people here. There's going to be a lot of people, competing. So I think that's the reason why Carolina is going to win this game. This is probably the preseason game they're going to win because number 1, we're going to start off with our starters. Number 2 is that there's guys on this team. Now, again, the Bills could still win, but I think Carolina is going to because there's a lot more riding on the line for them here, especially with the roster. I think the Bills have already figured out their roster because they're still a playoff team right now. Carolina's trying to figure out their roster, right? And with the new head coach and new GM. So, but it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what this starting offense is going to look like. At least a glimpse, at least a glimpse. There was some comment I wanted to get to. Vietnam comes in and says, why spend money when we have young playmakers in the secondary? We don't need to spend any money because we're not winning the Super Bowl this year. I mean, again, we don't know if J.C. Horn's going to stay healthy. Now, again, we don't have to spend money. Again, we could just do what we did with like a Michael Jackson ordeal. So, again, waiver wires are there, man. We're not necessarily going to be spending money. It's not necessary, and you're not going to be spending a lot of money because most of the guys on the waiver wires, anyways, you don't have to go out and sign an Adoree Jackson, right? So you'll still be able to spend money, but you won't have to spend a lot of money to fulfill the roster needs. Now, unless they decide to go out and actually sign a guy like Adoree Jackson or someone else, right? But you don't have to. I like to have that insurance policy. And I feel like even though we got a Michael Jackson, we got Dane Jackson coming back, because obviously after 6 weeks, he'll be back. It's probably it's down to like 4 weeks now. And then, of course, JC Horn looks good and he's healthy, so I do feel better in the secondary, but there are 2 positions that I still feel concerned about, and that is in the pass rush and in the center position. Mainly just those 2. Now, I feel a little bit better in the corner position because of the Michael Jackson thing. All right. But I do want to look at a center and possibly another pass rush. Yannick Ngakoue still out there. But there is some guys like Quisenberry, and I think Connor Williams is still available, if I'm not mistaken. There's still some centers out there that are still available. So if I'm going to sign anybody, I'd probably sign a pass rush like Yannick Ngakoue, or somebody like that. Like the center position. Who was I talking about? Mason Cole wouldn't be bad either. Scott Quisenberry, Connor McGovern wouldn't be bad as well. I mean, all you guys, I know in the chat love Pat Affline. I know you love yourself some Pat Affline. So you could always go back and grab him. Just kidding. Yeah, you might be right on that, broski, but he'd be the best option. It'd be either him or Randy Gregory. Because really after that, there ain't nobody else. There is nobody else. So, and if the corners, there's still some decent corners left, actually, which is crazy to me, because you still got Xavier Howard out here. JC Jackson was crazy, but there's no way his market value is worth 16 now. Adoree Jackson's 13. There ain't no way his market value is worth that. And Xavier Howard market value worth 18. There ain't no way. If Stephon Gilmore got $10 million, you think Xavier Howard, JC Jackson, or Adoree Jackson, or any of them are going to, pay those guys what their market value is at those prices? No. Pickle Jack comes in and says, "What's up, Panther Pickle?" Comes in and says, "Jack Anderson can play center." Okay, fair. That's true. I keep forgetting these other guys that keep coming in. Jack Anderson, it's him or Cade Mays. I can't. The thing is, Pickle, I think you're a Tennessee fan, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't like what I've seen from Cade Mays. He has not proven to me enough to even be a backup role. But Jack Anderson, I do like, and I didn't realize he can play center. So I like the sound of that, because he did have a high-ass PFF grade in the last game. Some of those names you aren't upgrades over what we have, in my opinion. Yeah, I understand about Mays. Yep. Yeah, I saw that, broski. I did see the Bears that are rumored to sign Yannick again, but they traded for someone today. Oh yeah, y'all traded for who did the Bears trade for? I saw that, broski, on Twitter. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see, broski. Let's see that deal they made here. Well, let's see what some NFL news is going on. Let's go look through that. We're going to have to start doing some more NFL news on this channel, so we can keep everybody straight. You know what I mean? It looks like, well, we'll go to Adam Schefter because he's the one who's updating everybody. NFL announced that the Cardinals wide receiver Zay Jones, grilling and chatting. I do hope you all have a great day. You too, Pickle. Maybe I'll show up over there at the C3 free-for-all. I need to come over there. You're supposed to fill the roster needs in the draft and free agency. Well, this is considered free agency, Faden. Still the offseason. Waiver wires is also part of the free agency. Linebacker from the Seahawks. Yeah, I saw that. But let's go through some NFL news real quick. I want to see what's going on. Let's see. We got NFL announced that the Cardinals wide receiver Zay Jones has been suspended 5 games. Oh, yeah, I remember that. He still was dealing with that. Alaric Jackson will be eligible for reinstatement on September 16th following the Rams week 2 against. What was he suspended for? Oh, same thing. Personal conduct policy. How does he get 5 and this guy only gets 2? It must not have been as bad. I don't know. Bengals. Any of these guys good besides the only person I know about is Hakeem Butler, but it seems like he just can't make a roster. Here's more. Okay, y'all got Darrell Taylor to Chicago. Let's see what Darrell Taylor looks like there, Broski Bear. Let's see what he looks like. Let's see how good he is. See how good his numbers look. Well, there's your Yannick Ngakoue. Basically, broski. A younger Yannick Ngakoue. Basically. 6 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 5 assists, 19 solos. There's your Yannick Ngakoue, broski. Not bad. Tennessee Volunteer. There you go, Pickle. 10 sacks there. Okay. When did he get drafted? 2021. 7 sacks. Okay, so he didn't play much there. Overall, run defense not great. Pass rush okay there in 2021. Pass rush great there. Overall 58. Run defense poor. Yeah. Basically another Yannick Ngakoue, just a younger version. Sign him up. Look, well, that's who the Bears traded for today from the Seahawks. Seahawks must be trying to get their Seahawks are getting draft capital. They must be going into rebuild mode. Oh yeah, save me a plate too, Pickle. I'll be there in a minute. I'll hop in the car, head on over. Happy birthday to the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. Happy birthday to Kobe Bryant. He was my favorite basketball. He's my favorite basketball player of all time. Damn, Creed Humphreys got paid. All right, not much going on. Well, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Talked about the Michael Jackson trade. Talked about the J.C. Horn extension. Talked about a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. Keep it at an hour. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. Do a live watch party. If y'all want me to do a live watch party, make sure we get this to 100 likes. All right. Let's make sure we get this to 100 to 50 to 100 likes. And I'll do a live watch party tomorrow. Now, again, this season, guys, I will be doing live watch parties all the time unless I'm at the games. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then maybe I'll see y'all guys tomorrow. If I don't, have a great weekend. Have a blessed Friday. And again, always, guys, y'all know what to do. Keep pounding.